Hey folks, Colton Woods here with Colton Woods Horsemanship. And guys, this week we're going to be sharing with you guys something a little bit personal that I've been working on and helping plant some seeds to hopefully get your week started off on the right foot. So here we go, guys. Start off with a personal note, and that is that, over the last couple of weeks, our social media has been a little less active, and that's basically because I do all the social media, right? And I've been spending a lot of time writing in my little journal here, which is like my assistant trainer slash therapist slash idea, business, marriage, friendship. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in this little book, and it really does work with me as like a filter system for my thought processes. And I've found a lot of benefit in just journaling. And that sounds kind of girly or whatever, but I've also learned that I'm about willing to do anything it takes to get to achieve my goals and my dreams, even if that means eating more plants and less meat, or working out more often, or drinking water, because I used to hate water and now I drink a lot more of it. Like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, but journaling is something that has been a very big part in my thought process. In the last couple weeks, I've actually been working with somebody on helping kind of work through all of this in my head, because there's a lot of ideas that run through my head, and then they hit this book and I can help better think about them. But one of the things I learned over the last couple weeks is the difference in past, present, and future, and where people exist. And so I personally spend a lot of time in the future. I might be physically present, but my mind in the physical present is mentally working on the future. And that's something that I know I've struggled with for a long time. When I work with my horses, it's totally different. Like, I have rules, like I don't answer the phone when I'm working horses, and I am there with the horses in that moment, because I have trained myself, and pretty much isolate myself, saying this is what I'm doing in this moment, and this is what matters. I know what presence can be and how beneficial it can be, because I can do that with my horses. I can go fishing and never catch a fish for hours and hours and hours and be totally fine and be truly content in that moment, and completely feel true joy in the moment, right? I can do that with hunting, all the same concept. But there's people that spend more time in the past, there's folks that are better spending time in the present, and then some that spend more time in the future. And having that understanding is important, because if we have a current situation, whether where we are in life, or if a certain situation that we'd like to change, if all you want to do is change that situation, then all you need to know is what the situation is today, look at where you want to be, and just build the bridge there and build the plan on how to get there. But if you actually want to understand why and how you got to where you are, or how a situation came to be in the way it is today, we have to have context on the past. We have to understand how and what happened leading up to that event to have a true understanding on how something came to be. And so when I think about with my horses, I have people that ask me, like, hey, I just want my horse to be able to do this. Okay, well, we can do that. I can help you work with your horse on whatever it is, better hind-end engagement, softening in the bridle, whatever the case may be, is more responsiveness off the seat. We have the tools. I can get you from the present to the future. But a lot of times I tell folks, but in order for us to not relapse and go back to that, we might need to have some understanding on what led up to that and what elements actually make this possible, so that we can have a strong foundation and we have an understanding on what got us to the undesirable position and how that can help us get us to the future. But that is if we have a desire to understand the past. Some folks don't, some folks do, right? Now, that is a difference. There's a difference in that and reflection. And I've personally been, like I said when I started this video, I've been spending quite a bit of time in reflection, because the catch is, I think there is a lot of topics out there that we need to be talking about as Christians, as people, as leaders in the business, as just American citizens or people of the world, because I understand that there are a fair few people from Australia and Europe, Germany, like all over the place that do follow our page here. So I think that it's important, regardless of what the topic is, but just as a responsible human, that we have to stand up for what we believe in, and we have to be willing to say what we believe, even when it might be difficult and it might be going against the grain. And I think where the thing is, where a lot of people get caught up in, is because people are nasty. The loudest people are oftentimes the most negative people. So I always tell them, make positivity louder, share the positive things. And that's why I don't believe in internet personas. I believe in that, you know, that, like I told Meredith the other day, we were walking down the barn aisle, and I said, God didn't put me on this earth to make everybody happy. But what I am focused on is being able to share where I'm coming from, my previous experiences, and what I believe today, in a way that can be received by even someone that doesn't agree with me at all. But they can say, hey, listen, I don't agree with that at all, but I respect where you're coming from, because I presented it in a way and I communicated it in a way that they could receive that information without completely making it personal, right? I put up a very controversial video on YouTube the other week and have gotten hundreds of comments calling me all sorts of nasty names. And I understand. I put myself in that position. I will sleep in my own bed of putting myself in a position where I'm going to upset a lot of people, but I'm willing to have the difficult discussions, and I am working on a follow-up video to help them provide a better plan moving forward based on what I said in that current video. And the thing of the matter is that a lot of the comments that we got back were very personal. You're an idiot, you're a bigot, you're this, you're that, you're four-letter word this. And the problem is, when you talk to people that way, you immediately put up a roadblock to where no one will listen to you, because you've made it personal. And and honestly, people are talking about people, they don't even know who I am. And so they're going off of a video that they probably didn't even finish watching. And I think it's very important that when we need to talk about the difficult topics, and we need to be very cognizant in how we do it. We need to stand up for what we believe in. We need to be respectful of everybody. And we need to not be afraid to ruffle feathers, because if you actually do stand up for what you believe in, and you believe in it to your core, you understand that when you stand up for that, you will ruffle the feathers of other people. And guess what? That is the price you pay when you take that willingness to stand up for what you believe in. But it is very important that we do that, because if we can do that in a way where we can do it in a respectful manner, we can have educated, adult-like conversations with people that we don't agree with. And we need to talk with people that have different views, because that's how we grow as people. That doesn't mean you have to change your mind on what you believe. That just basically means that you're open-minded enough, because the people truly at the highest levels of anything they do are arguably some of the most open-minded people out there, whether that's in philosophy, technique, whatever it is. They are some of the most open-minded people, committed to constantly educating themselves and continually learning along the way. And I don't want this video to go on too long, because I like to keep these Monday morning motivation speeches. But guys, this week, spend some time in reflection. Think about some of those things that come across your mind that you're like, gosh, I really wish this could be different, or I really wish that somebody would stand up and say something about this. Or maybe there's something that you've been watching on social media or whatever, and you're just like, I really wish I could say something. Spend some time. You don't have to say something right away. And just because someone pokes the bear doesn't mean the bear has to respond right away, right? I put up a video a little over a week ago, and I'm still working on a response, because I want it to be received. I don't care if everybody agrees with me, and I know they won't. But I want to be able to present the information in a way that people can go, this guy's put some time in behind it. I don't agree with what he says. I might be able to follow his logic, but we can still have an educated conversation. And I found a lot of benefit in being able to reflect, write things down, take my thoughts, plenty of them, right? Put them and write them down, think through them, sort through them, maybe share them with some close people next to you. Be honest, stand up for what you believe in, and be respectful. Communicate in a way that people will listen. It doesn't have to be a personal attack, and just honestly do what's right. Stand up for what you believe in. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that don't believe everything, don't agree with me, and I'm glad you're here. I would want you to share why you don't agree in the comments below, because we can have a nice conversation. But again, a lot of you guys out there are some of the best people out there on this earth, and I believe, share it, make positivity louder, stand up for what you believe in, and keep doing you. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off so you guys can get back to your Mondays. But guys, thank you again for supporting Colton Woods Horsemanship, even just by watching these videos. You can check them on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, IGTV. We got full-length videos on there, as well as on our Facebook page. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up. Y'all stay tuned. We'll work on getting more active on social, but don't be afraid. Send us a message. Don't be a stranger. We're here to help you guys with your horses. Blessed to do what we do every day, and hope you guys are getting ready for a wonderful, wonderful holiday season, spending time with family and friends and all those great things. So, y'all, go be a blessing to somebody. Have a blessed life. Have a blessed day. You guys are a great one. Colton Woods here. Love you guys. Bye.